It's the weekend, baby! And it is hot as heck. How is it going, everybody? Welcome to the KillJoy Jake YouTube channel. For the first time, I think I've ever wore contacts on this channel before in my entire life. Welcome! I'm your host, as always, Colonel Mustard, and yes, I'm the one with the candlestick who killed somebody in the broom closet. Welcome! Welcome, everybody. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. And anything with a Freddy Fazbear in their profile picture. Welcome, can't wait. Welcome to the Saturday stream, baby. We're going late tonight. Jake has become a YouTube channel member. Is this just me trying to promote my Patreon? Maybe. No, I'm kidding. What's up, Jake? How's it going? Welcome to the Ghostface tier. Drink the Kool-Aid, it's delicious. It doesn't have anything else in it, just Kool-Aid, I promise. Welcome. Villain Killin' Dylan is here, VKD. How's it hanging, my dude? Got my Carolina Reaper chicken tendies. Ooh, it's gonna be spicy. I hope you got some ranch or something to dip them in. Maybe some blue cheese. What's up, VKD? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for being here. Jason Carpenter is here, KillJoy cult member. I see you, Jason, and I appreciate you. Hope you're having a great weekend, man. Saying 91 degrees, speaking of being hot down here in Texas. Just drinking some cold beer, ready to chat about horror movies. I love it, my friend. Enjoy, drink it up. Drink it up, hell yeah. Have some fun. Kick back, relax, be a wrestling god. Do what you want to do. Howdy, hey, wrestling god, what's up? Hi, Jake, here's what I think. Scream 7 it'll still happen, but it won't be out until 2 or 3 years. It would be a time jump where a lot of crazy stuff has happened. I'm into it. It would probably, I could see it being a Scream 3 situation, but once again, that movie was delayed because of like rewrites and all that lazy, not a lazy production, that's not the word to use, but a more messy production. A lot of studio interference. I'm not saying it was like Wes's fault or anything like that. He salvaged a crazy experience basically into what is still a really good film, which you wouldn't have had that if it was anybody else. So thank God we had Wes Craven on Scream 3 and Scream 2. But yeah, this is probably what the case is going to be. I don't know if they're going to be like, well, Radio Silence made these movies, so let's just keep that. I don't know. I really, at this moment, I'm not 100% sure. Scream is really hot right now. I don't want them to lose that hype. We tried to kick open this door again with Scream 4, and that didn't work back in 2011. Now it's bumping. Scream is alive and well right now. I hope we capitalize that. I hope we don't lose that momentum here in the next couple of years. I guess is what I'm worried about. If Radio Silence doesn't do Scream 7, then I don't want it. I have a few directors in mind that I'd love to see, but I love Radio Silence. I love what they've done with Scream. I'd love more from them too. Maybe just one more film and I'd be happy. Gunner's talking more about this gentleman here, Algior Zvebepi. Hit me with some more Zvebepi knowledge. Love it. What's up, Marshall? How's it going? Welcome. Lantonio's here. Yo. Nice to make a live show. Hope you're doing well. And to you and the entire community, love you, fam. We love you too, Lantonio. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Where is Jake? Bring him out. Who is this fiend wearing sunglasses and a Hawaiian shirt? That's not what Jake does. Come on. Jake looking dapper. Thank you so much. I did a costume change right before I went live. I'm like, it's hot as hell. We got to do something fun. There we go. Got to do something. What's up, Jason? How's it going? Welcome. Gave me a thumbs up. Thank you so much. I hope you have an amazing Saturday, Jason. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Lizzie is giving an obligatory What's up, Lily? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Corey's here too. Howdy, hey. Sending good vibes from Winnipeg. Welcome. Oh, good vibes back your way, Mr. Winnipeg. from Gross, Ohio. Ugh. You got Resident Evil 4 going on? Nice. Love Resident Evil 4. I still haven't played the remake, but I love the original. What's up, Tori? How's it going? Currently cooking and listening to Haley Williams. How are you, Jake? I'm fantastic, Tori. I hope you're having a great time, and I hope you're cooking up something tasty. Oh, I love cooking. I wish I had more time to cook. I love it. Carter's here too, saying good soup. Speaking of stuff to cook, I love some good soup. Haven't been in a stream in a while. Hope all is well. What's your most anticipated film for the rest of the year? Not including Beau is Afraid or Evil Dead Rise. So besides those, oh man, that's tough. Talk to Me's up there for sure. I'm really excited for that. Raka Raka is, I've been a huge fan of them for a long time. I'm hyped for this new movie. It's A24. A24 takes an interest in something. It has my interest too. I'm hyped for it. Dude, I'm really hyped for that. I'm really hyped for Saw X. A lot of people, not too, I'm very alone in that boat. I'm very alone in the Saw X hype boat, but I'm there. I'm excited. Both of those I'm really excited for. I think those are gonna rank real high. I finally saw the trailer for The Last Voyage of the Demeter. However you pronounce it, I don't know, but that looks pretty good too. A lot of good stuff. I don't know. I'm excited. We have a good year of horror once again. I don't know if it's gonna beat out 2022. I mean, what a year. Damn. But I'm hyped, man. I'm hyped. All right, we're gonna put on some bangers. It's the weekend, so we're putting on bangers. This is more of like just background music, but fuck it. that's fine. How am I doing, Daniels? I'm fantastic. How are you doing? I'm doing wonderful on this weekend day. It's great. I stole my buddy's sunglasses, which is what I'm wearing, and I'm really hoping he comes into the stream and he's like, dude, what the fuck? I'm really hoping for that. I think that'd be really funny. That's what I got on the brain right now. Scream 6 will be released April 24th on Apple TV? What about Paramount, though? When's it coming to Paramount Plus? That's what I want to know. Is it already there? Maybe it's already on Paramount Plus. I don't have Paramount Plus, so I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that one. They got some good stuff, actually. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't be saying shit about this. The streaming service that actually has did a pretty good job with Beavis and Butthead. I love the Beavis and Butthead on there. That's pretty funny. Am I gonna watch the Cavs game in the playoffs? They made it to the playoffs? That's awesome. They have not, I feel like the Cavs haven't been good in a while. Like, they've just started to have this resurgence again, which is great. I will absolutely watch it, for sure. I do want to check this out. I would love for them to go all the way again, man. 2016, that was the year. That was the year for us Clevelanders, and then that was it. We had a year, and then that was it for sports. What up, Scoob Pex? Welcome, Scooby-Doo. Welcome. Carl's here, too. How's it going? Welcome. Austin is hanging out. Talk to Me should be good because A24 is distributing it after the fact the movie was already made. Yes, they took an interest in it, man. That has me excited. And it's Rocka Rocka. They have a pretty damn good track record. I like them a lot. Big fan. Casey is dead, right? Yes, Casey Becker's dead. Drew Barrymore maybe thinks otherwise, though, which I think is interesting. But I dig it. Yeah. Drew Barrymore wants her to be alive, but so does Matthew Lillard. Matthew Lillard wants Stu Macher to be alive too, but that's just headcanons. Oh, Maxine, yes. I don't know if that's coming out this year or not, Carter, which is why I didn't put it in my list, but this is absolutely up there. If this comes out in October, like what I'm kind of speculating right now, then yes, this is my number one. I'd even put that above Talk to Me. I was so blown away by Pearl and X. Mia Goth can do no wrong. I'm a simp. I don't care. I'm throwing it out there. God damn. Lantonio's throwing $5 out there. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for the support. That means a whole lot. I'm digging the shades. Thank you. I had to do something. It's getting hot outside. You know, we gotta get the cool vibes. I wish I had some more Hawaiian music or something to play. I don't know, something a little more like I'm in the sun. That's not a good example. That was fucking terrible is what that was. But by the way, I would be a member, but I can't have any automatic payments set because of my health condition. Don't worry about it. I will donate as I can. I just appreciate that. You guys hanging out in this stream is all that matters to me. I just appreciate that. I appreciate all 29 of you just hanging out. That's all that matters to me, man. I appreciate this though too. So thank you. Thanks for the $5. I appreciate that. You're the best. Scream 6 is on Paramount Plus. Nice. Well, if I get a craving for it, because I've been thinking about it a lot recently, I might have to throw another what is it? Fucking $50 a month for all these streaming services now. I feel so old, man. I officially have that time in my life when things were cheaper. And I'm like, why can't we go back to the days when things were cheaper? Why is everything so expensive nowadays? I'm getting old. I hate it. Evil TV is here. Love the name, my dude. Sup, Jake? What's up, Evil TV? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the horror stream where we're bitching about things getting too expensive and wanting to see Scream 6 again. I'm just gonna go to the theater. Fuck it. I'm seeing that again. I want to see it. I think the Cavs are the fourth seed, so pretty. Ooh, okay. Okay, my Cavs are moving up. Let's go. Go Cavs. It's the anniversary of Scream 4's release. Nice. happy Scream 4 belated birthday. Well, I guess it's not belated. We're right on time. Right on time with Scream 4's anniversary. The four-anniversary, as they would say in Scream 4 lingo. The four-anniversary. Never mind. Ghost Me is here. What's up, Ghost? You the man, Jake. Keep up the great podcast. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thanks for being so fantastic yourself. When will Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey stream? Hopefully soon. That'd be like I said, that's a fun one to watch with your buddies. Get some beers. Get a little inebriated and watch that movie. It'll be better. It's not very nice. Not a very nice thing to say, is it? Carter's saying, Jake, when will you release your next horror short or featuring or feature? But I'm guessing after Red Right Hand, you'll want to do a short, or in between the next feature. Well, I have an idea for a short, but we're going all in on a new feature right now. So I'm trying to get my YouTube stuff figured out, man. I'm not. This month has been tough. You know, we do have a big release with Evil Dead Rise, which is nice next week, and Beau is Afraid. So I'm pretty sure next week's gonna be good, but this month has been just nothing compared to the last couple of months with all the Scream stuff. It's like I have to talk about Scream. You know, I love talking about it, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of other stuff I'm excited for, and it doesn't seem like that excitement carries on over into some other people's excitement. So I'm trying to figure out what to do with YouTube right now, but once I get that all figured out, I do want to work on a short film. I have a short film idea that I would love to post for you guys. It's kind of a horror, maybe a little bit of comedy too, but mostly horror. But I would love to make that and post that, guys. It would be like a no budget thing, but I might make it. Might be fun. But we're working on a feature right now. We have a script is done. We're in pre-production right now, working on that. And I may also be working on some other stuff too. I'm working on some short films with some buddies right now. Nothing that I'm directing or anything. But I'm working on a movie called Sin Eater that I'm like super hyped for you guys to see. It's awesome. I have a movie in the can right now called Silence of the Dogs. It's not a movie. I'm overhyping it. It's a little short film called Silence of the Dogs. I'm in it. It's really fun. It's a great story. It's like probably like 15 minutes, but it's fucking awesome. It's just a really fast-paced short film that I can't wait for you guys to see. It's gonna be really fun. Lantonio throwing $5 out there again. Dude, I appreciate you so much. Oh my god. I'd love to see a prequel sequel half and half. Then we could be back, beloved characters, keep it fresh as well. I think that could be awesome. It's some kind of like prequel or like halfway in between movie. Kind of like how Saw is doing that with Saw X now. That's between like I believe 2 and 3 is this new one part of it. That would be kind of fun actually. I'd be very into that. Like maybe a movie between like 1 and 2 because there's some time. You know, the second movie takes place 2 years after the events of 1, so there's some time there. We could do something else. I haven't even considered that. I have not even considered that, Lantonio. That would be kind of fun. I'm all about taking the Halloween 2018 route with Scream. As much as I love the ongoing story, I'm not against the movie where it's 25 years later or something, and it's Randy, the whole gang that survived the original movie, back facing off against Ghostface. I'm not against that. I really think that would be an interesting movie. So. I like the prequel idea too. We pitched the idea that maybe we do a prequel from the perspective of Billy and Stu, which would be a lot of fun, I think. I'd be into that. I'd be totally into that too. Once again, you got to cast that right though. You got to cast that right. You got to get it perfect, or might not be good. It's gonna be tough to find someone to play a young Matthew Lillard for sure, but he's got a very specific flavor to him. I know because I have tasted him. No, I'm just kidding. That's disgusting. Why would I say that? Lantonio, thanks for the $5. I appreciate that. I'm gonna stop being weird. Jason throwing $2 in there. Thank you, Jason. Saying, Jake, the Cavs game starts in an hour in NYC. Go Cavs is what I say. Go Cavs. Let's make it happen, man. Let's make it happen. Let's go all the way with them Cavs. 4th seed. Some pretty good odds. I like it. I love it. Jason, thanks for the $2, man. Go Cavs. I don't know who you're rooting for, but go Cavs. Oh, and why not? Ben's gonna make fun of me here, rightfully so too. Being a Browns fan, I should be made fun of. Liver alone, Browns fan. I know I'm lesser because I'm a Browns fan. I really am. I'm not disagreeing with you here at all. Fuck sports, man. I'm just like look, Cleveland sports. Besides the Cavs and the Guardians, besides them, I used to be such a big Browns fan, and we're just like, man. We're fucking up shit. We're fucking up. The Browns just fucked up everything. Like they're not going to be good for 5 years now. I don't know. I don't want to get into it. You guys don't care. Thanks for the $5, Ben. Benjamin Roethlisberger. Jeez. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah, your team's gonna be way better this year. So even if I make fun of you, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Your team's gonna kick our ass every single year for the next 5 years. So we all know it. We all know it at this point. Even horror YouTubers who should know nothing about sports know it. Riley's Makeup World. I think I said hi to you earlier, but I'm still gonna say hello again. Hello. What's up? What's up, Riley? And the entire makeup world surrounding you. What's your favorite horror movie / franchise? Come on, how can I pick just one, Riley? That's such a tough question. I love it. I love so many horror movies. How can I say just one? My favorite horror movie right now is Frailty. I love that movie so much. Sarah Campbell, who I don't think she's here, but she's wonderful. Just an absolutely awesome human being, recommended this to me, and it's a kick-ass movie. I'm doing a review for it. Oh, she is here. Well, what do you speak of the devil? What do you know? I'm hyped. I'm so hot on that movie right now. It's fucking awesome. I'm doing a review. I'm working on a review right now. It ended up becoming a way bigger thing for Patreon. Y'all will see that probably tomorrow is my guess. I'll be working on it all night, as well as a Pope's Exorcist review, which I'm going to begrudgingly see tonight. I'm very worried about it. I don't think it's gonna be good, but I'm gonna check it out. Wait, I was almost born on the same day Scream 4 was released. Happy early or late birthday then, Lily. Whatever that is. Whenever that is around this time frame here. Happy birthday, almost. Or maybe I missed it. I don't know. With a bigger budget to make a better Red Right Hand too. I would love to do that. Like I said, we're trying to get a big budget for this next thing, and hopefully it's even better. I think we have so many more people on this next project already. I think it's gonna be, on a technical level, way better. I think that was a big thing we were missing with Red Right Hand. We just didn't have we had $5,000. We can't pay people. Come on. Everyone was volunteering out of the kindness of their hearts to make my stupid movie. So now we're gonna try to get a budget together where we can actually pay people, so that they're like, oh, wow, this is really cool, Jake. Thanks. I'm gonna actually I'll try now. So that's just how it is. That's just the way the world works. So yes, this next thing will be better. And I want to do a slasher again at some point soon. I have, like I said, lots of things in the works, a lot of secret projects. Sarah Campbell, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. And I appreciate you being a KillJoy cult member. You're the best. I couldn't do this channel without you. Saying, listen, ever since the movie Draft Day, I've been all in on the Browns. Vontae Mack, no matter what. A lot of people have seen Draft Day. I feel like as a Browns fan, I've never seen this, which I probably should have seen this movie. I've never seen it, but I'm glad that Sarah, that you're a Browns fan. I'm glad that you will wallow in the sorrow with me of how awful that team is and how terrible their decisions are. But I appreciate you, Sarah. Thank you. Thank you so much. You're making the burn a little lesser on me, and that I appreciate. So thank you. All the love, Sarah. Thank you for the awesome movie recommendations. I can't get over Frailty. I can't get over it. It's so good. I've never even heard of it before. Never heard of it. Nothing. Came out of nowhere. It's a 2001 movie. I should have heard of it. Nothing. It blew me away. I'm hyped. I can't fucking wait. Joe is here too. What's up, Joe? How's it going? Welcome. Good to see you. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday, Joe. I'm jealous of you. Coming to us from Florida out there. I appreciate you. I wish I was down there with you. Fun place to be. Villain Killing Dylan is saying, I heard they put her liver in the mailbox next to her spleen and pancreas. The voice Jamie does there. I love that, dude. He adds something so much to that scene. It really feels like you're hearing this from the perspective of a high school teenager, and it's fucked up. It's fucked up, but that's exactly how teenagers would handle that kind of situation. So, as awful as it is, there's a bit of realism there that I love. Lantonio, you're the best. Thank you for the $10. I appreciate you. The total of everything too. I appreciate everything from you. Thank you, sir. Saying, why does everyone think there's 2 years between 1 and 2 when there is a clear date at open of the theater of only 1 year later, and then those deaths are on the news the next day when Sid sees them? Well, the first one takes place in 96, if I remember correctly, and then that one takes place in 1998, if I remember correctly. Once again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the first movie is in 1997. I'm not 100% sure on that one, but I'm 100% on that one taking place in 1998 when the movie came out in 97. But yes, I regardless of when it is, there is a lot of time that passes between the first and second movie where another instance of ghost face killers could rummage about and try to stab someone in the face. I don't know if I would particularly want that movie. You'd have to de-age everybody for a whole film. That'd be kind of tough to do, but I'm into the legacy thing. I'm into the legacy thing to bring back all these wonderful people for like some kind of Halloween 2018 style requel. Because man, I love Sidney Prescott, and I'd love more of her in another film. That would be a lot of fun. If they're done with the whole Sam Carpenter storyline and all that, let's do another movie with the legacy characters. Sure, why not? There's a lot more Scream ideas we can throw out there. I've been very vocal on that. I don't know why we don't try some of them out. You know, we've done some different things in the last two movies, but they have mirrored one in the sequels in 6. Now I'm down for another fresh take, you know? I like the mirroring. I thought that was fun, and it was very requel-y of them to do. But I'm interested in seeing some new takes, some new stories with the legacy characters, and maybe the core 4 as well. I'm into it. I'm down. Let's kill some people too. Let's kill some of these characters. Fuck it. Why not? Why not? I know. Hot take, right? Let's kill some characters. I love it though, Lantonio. I appreciate it. Thanks for the $10. Thank you. What is the horror franchise most likely to beat out It and It 2 at the box office? Well, we need something that's gonna be as culturally impactful as that. I mean, like, the Pennywise design took the internet by storm, GullGotha. I think that's the big reason those movies blew up. You know, don't get me wrong, I love Tim Curry Pennywise a lot. He's awesome in the character, but that design in It and It Chapter 2, and that first trailer came out, man, I remember being horrified by it the first time I saw that. I was like, fuck, man. Oh, that's sick. That's disturbing. That performance too. I mean, you know, say what you want about those movies. It Chapter 2, you know, it's definitely a little shaky of a film, but Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise is easily one of the most important horror figures, icons in the past 10 years, like without a doubt. So what would I say? What's a movie that could beat that out? Something to the degree of that. You need an iconic slasher, iconic villain, whatever. That's something different like Pennywise. That's what you're gonna need for something to beat it out at the box office. Something new too, not a continuation, like something fresh, brand new, and it's really good. Michael Parton is here. What's up, Michael? How's it going? Looking flames, Jake. I appreciate that. Thank you for being here. Thanks for being a KillJoy cult member too. I appreciate you. Jason's throwing $5 in there as well. Appreciate that. Thanks for the support. Saying Mikey Madison or Amber is the hottest ghost face. Gotta make sure to get that out there. Hell yeah, Jason. Hell yeah, man. Jill and Quinn rank 2nd and 3rd. Jake, do you watch Wham? I know it's just Wham, but I always like to say Wham. Yeah, I do. I like them a lot. I feel like there's this stigma about YouTubers and review pages where it's like, oh, I watch these people because I agree with them. It's like, I disagree with that. I don't agree with most of the people I watch, but that's what I like. I like watching different perspectives on the same movie I just watched. It's like, I just watched this movie and I have a take on it. I want to see what these other people have to say. And I like that we watch the movie. They typically do that really well. Like, they always give you another perspective, something you weren't even thinking about with the movie. And then they're also really goofy and silly too, which I, as you know, I really like. There's a lot of channels where they'll just talk to you. You know, they'll just straight up talk to you, and they're just having a conversation. You know, I'm trying to put on you got to put on a show here. It's YouTube. People are watching. There's 42 people in here. What do you just want to hear me talk about movies? You can talk about movies with people in real life. We got to put on a show here. I think they understand that really well, and we watch a movie, one of the better channels out there for sure. Love them. Thanks for the $5 though. I appreciate that. Thank you. Wham! Dreaming Insomniacs, thank you for the $2. I appreciate that. Keep up the great work, man. You keep up the great work. I love all your music, man. Some great stuff over on the Dreaming Insomniacs. Go check them out. Go check them out. Appreciate the $2, man. Thank you. Thanks for the support. Oh, GullGotha, don't get me started. Don't get me started on this American remake shit that we keep doing. We don't. Why? Why do we need to do that? Squid Game's already great. I love Squid Game. Squid Game was fun, man. We're remaking Train to Busan. Why? That movie doesn't need a remake. Go watch it. Go watch it with subtitles. Come on. I don't like subtitles. I don't like to read when I'm watching a movie. Watch it with subtitles. It's good. It's a great movie. It's awesome. It's a great movie. Killer flick. What's up, Ryan Baxter? Thanks for being a KillJoy cult member. Appreciate you. Hiya, Jake just jumped on. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday, Ryan. Happy Saturday. Thanks for being a KillJoy cult member. Thanks for being here, Ryan. Thanks for hanging out with me on this wonderful Saturday. Technoid is here. What's up? What's up? How's it going? Been a long time, Technoid. Welcome to the stream. Wonder what y'all think of the Scream TV show. I like it. You know, I like it. I don't love it. I think that's good. It's solid. The seasons 1 and 2 really solid. Season 3, Keke Palmer is amazing. And that's all I got to say about it, because you know my mama taught me, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Keke Palmer should have been in the Scream movie. That's what I'm gonna say about Scream season 3. But I love the concept of Scream season 1 and season 2. Love the idea of a Ghostface killer getting away and leaking into the second season. Spoiler alert, I guess. I guess I should say that, but the show's very old. Don't get mad at me. Love that about seasons 1 and 2. I'm not like... My big thing, one of the reasons I love the Scream franchise so much is the characters. I think consistently in all 6 movies, I really like the characters. And that's something that I don't... they're just TV show characters in the Scream season, in Scream seasons 1 and 2. Like, they're not bad, you know, but they're TV show characters opposed to movie characters that are usually just better well written. There's obviously exceptions to that, big time exceptions to that, but a lot of TV shows I don't think compared to most movies personally. And the Scream TV series kind of doesn't do it for me all the time, but has some great kills. I think it's got some decent reveals here and there. But overall, I like all the movies more than the show, is what I'll say. The show's fine. Show's okay. It's all right. It's not bad. I'm not going out here saying, oh my God, it's the worst thing I've ever seen. No way. Nah. Japan is remaking Cube. That's fun. Like, here's the thing about that. Cube is from the 90s, though. Like, Cube is old. Cube is an older movie, and we're remaking it. That's fine. That's different. We're remaking things like Train to Busan, which is from 2016. It's not that old. It doesn't need a remake. Cube could use a remake. I love that original movie. It's awesome. But it's a big idea. Like, it's more about the concept of it than the story. Those are the kinds of movies that I feel like need remakes, continuations the most. Where Train to Busan is just an excellent, well-written zombie story, and that's all there is to it. It's not trying to do anything new. Like, I don't think it really does do anything new. It's fast zombies again. It's got a pretty decent zombie sequences throughout, but the big attraction is the emotional story at its core. And that doesn't need a remake. It's a great one-off. Goodnight Mommy is another one. They just remade that. That's from like 2014. That's not old. It doesn't need a remake either. It's another movie where the story at its core is what's really important. Cube is much more like I kind of care about the characters in Cube, but the big thing that I'm attracted to with that franchise is the idea. Like, you're trapped in this big fucking puzzle box essentially, and you got to get out. That's so cool. You can do that 100 times and not get bored, depending on how you play it, how you spin it. Same with Scream. I feel the same way about Scream. Like, the big thing I'm attracted to is the concept, but the characters are also fantastic, which is what makes it one of the better horror franchises out there. So this I'm okay with. This is, Cube is what, 98, 97? I can't remember specifically, but Cube's an older film. I can see doing a remake of that. Like, I don't know. Squid Game doesn't need a remake either. That just came out. Season 2 hasn't even come out yet. It's like, that's my issue with it. Like, the most egregious example of that is the REC franchise, Record. I just call it REC. I don't care. REC, great found footage zombie movie if you've never seen it. The whole franchise I would recommend too. 1, 2, 3, and 4 are all good. But they remade it less than a year later, and it's called Quarantine. Everyone knows Quarantine. Everyone's very familiar with the movie Quarantine, and it's pretty much a shot-for-shot remake of REC. And I'm just... If you're gonna remake something, do it differently. You don't give me the same movie, but just Americanized. That's all Quarantine is. It's not a bad film, but it's just the same thing as Record. It's same thing as the original movie that didn't even come out a year before that. So that's my issue. That's my issue with it. Chris Redfield is here. What's up? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Do you think we will get a director's cut or extended cut of Evil Dead Rise? I imagine there is more to Evil Dead Rise. I don't want to say why, but I feel like there is more to Evil Dead Rise. I feel like there could have been more to it. I can't spoil anything. I don't want to spoil anything, but there's some aspect of the film that makes me question if there was more there or not. That's all I'm going to say. So I'm going to say that is entirely possible. without a doubt. It, you know, no confirmation on that yet, of course, but I have a feeling. I have a feeling you might be onto something. You might be onto something, good sir. Remake something that would benefit from modern technology, like the Never-Ending Story. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's great example. Great example of things to remake. Things that, like, oh, you know, love this film, but it didn't have, like, the best effects. Something like that. You need a reason to remake something. Like Creature from the Black Lagoon, it needs a remake. It's, in my opinion, I think it's a solid movie, but it has potential to be even better if it was modernized. The back half of that movie is fucking phenomenal, but first half I feel like could use some work. And I feel like in the modern day, we could do something really fun with that story and that creature. So, literally, Creature. there you go. That's a movie that could use a remake. I don't know. Lot of great stuff out there, though. It's been too long, Technoid. I watch all the time still. Never forgot you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. All the love, Technoid. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Had to drop a like for those killer shades. Thank you. I stole them from my friend. Dolo, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Is that a... I gotta take a closer look at that. I don't know. I swear to God, I am sober right now. And I thought that was a chicken wearing Converses. Like, I don't... That's just you. That's just your shoes. Nice shoes, Dolo. I'm sorry. I did not mean to think that was a chicken. Clearly these sunglasses are messing with my eyesight. Like, why is that? Why is there a chicken wearing shoes? What's up with that? You ever see those chickens with arms? I love that. That's hilarious to me. Chicken with arms. Who thought of that? What genius thought of that? Scream 1 is so overrated in my opinion. Oh, Evan, you're gonna break my little tiny horror-loving heart. Give me a reason. Back that up. Throw it in there, Evan. I want to hear it. I want to hear it. I'm curious. Hit me with it. Let's give Jake $1 million. $1 million so he can remake a film. I would do anything to remake Creature from the Black Lagoon. Anything. I'd give up this pinky. I would let someone cut off my pinky. I almost said my stinky. That wouldn't make any sense. I would let someone cut off my stinky pinky, you know, I don't think can I say that on YouTube? I don't think I can. Jesus Christ. I would do anything to remake that movie is my point. Why was Dean getting a text from Altieri? Because his dad is Donald Altieri. Dean is an Altieri. It was supposed to be a bit of a, maybe a failed attempt at doing a red herring with Dean. But he is, in fact, in the lineage of the Altieri family, so. Shock. I know, a shocker. Wish I could have worked that into the conversation, but it was a bit of a last-minute thing with that scene. What else we got here? Dolo saying, thanks. I guess I shouldn't skip leg day. Dude, you look great. You're killing it. You're killing it, Dolo. It's the pattern on the pants for what, like, it's camo now, I see it, but for whatever reason I saw chicken. Like, I was like, is that a chicken? I don't even know why. I couldn't tell you why I saw that. My brain is sending me signals that are not correct at the moment. Oh my God. What's up, Neems? How's it going? What's up? What's up? Hi, Jake the Legend. You're a legend, Neems. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. I feel like it is a bad movie. But hit me with the reason though, Evan. I want to hear it. Cuz I'm curious. Like I said earlier, I like hearing other perspectives. I like hearing other perspectives on things. Because like all the classics we watch, you know, I love to say movies like Evil Dead, Scream, Halloween, like they're perfect movies, but they're not. You know, I love them and I've watched them so many times. Man, they're 10 out of 10 movies for me, but there are moments where you're like, this is a little whack. I mean, even in Jaws, there's some weird stuff, you know, and that's like maybe considered the best movie ever made. You know, there's weird cuts in that movie. There's some whack performances on the side and all that. I just don't like to judge movies that harshly, you know, just me personally, but some people do. That's okay. That's okay. We all watch movies differently. Aaron said I saw a chicken too. Okay, so I'm not crazy. Thank you, Aaron. Oh man, I relate. I feel that. Thank you for that comment. I really appreciate that. Oh my God. I leave for 2 minutes and now we're talking stinky pinkies. We can never not talk about Stinky Pinky, Sarah. Come on. How is my channel still monetized on this platform? I'll never know. If you look at Danny and Richie, you realize that Sam definitely has a type. Maybe a little bit Gunner. Dark brooding figure. Yeah. It's all right. Fuck it. Josh Segarra, Jack Quaid. I get it, man. I get it. Damn. Some fine looking dudes there. It's too late. You already said it. Say it again. Stinky Pinky? Is that what we're talking about? I don't even know. It's also okay. So least scary. Gotcha. Drew Barrymore. Okay, well, you know what? That is a negative. Drew Barrymore dying in anything is a sin. Let's be honest. She's amazing. I can't argue with that, Evan. Drew Barrymore is wonderful. God, if anyone is just a wonderful human being, someone I would love to meet, it's absolutely Drew Barrymore. She's just wonderful. Every interview I see of her, she's always just in a goofy, silly mood, just doing great things with her guests on her show. I love her. She's awesome. She's wonderful. Scream 1 is not overrated. That Christian movie disguised as a... What? Oh, Frailty? It's funny. If you're talking about that movie, I have a very religious take on that movie. That's at least how I perceived it. That's interesting. I definitely see having that take, and I mentioned that. I recorded my review a little earlier. I'm going to work on editing it tonight, but that was a big point that I made there. I was like, you can take this movie as religious propaganda, you can, but like at the same time, there's the opposite of that is also true. You have a very Christian man killing people in that film. I think it works both ways. I don't think it's necessarily propaganda, but I see that perspective. I see this as to why maybe people thought that movie, maybe that's why that movie got panned, but I didn't take it that way. I kind of, if you see through that, there's a really special horror movie underneath it, I think. But I get where you're coming from. For sure. Jake, there is a sequel to a standalone movie you would want. One for me should be Shaun of the Dead 2. Okay, hell yeah. I'm in need of some classic British humor and would like to see how Zombie Ed's doing. I can't even argue with that. As much as I love that as a standalone, another movie in that world would be fun. I love those two as well. If it's Nick Frost and Simon Pegg, I love them so much. Like they're so good together. I feel like they haven't made a movie together in a while. So I would absolutely be down for another Edgar Wright comedy with those two in it. The entire Cornetto trilogy is fantastic in my opinion. The World's End gets some shit sometimes, but I like it. It's definitely my least favorite from that trilogy, but it's still really good. It's a really fun movie. I don't know. Man, and Hot Fuzz is so underrated. It's not really a horror movie. There's some gore in it, which is nice. But Hot Fuzz is fan-fucking-tastic. If you guys have not seen Hot Fuzz, I put it right up there with Shaun of the Dead. It's maybe not as iconic as that film, but it deserves more praise, I think. Ryan Baxter is saying, I've heard that Jordan Peele wants to explore the Nope universe more. What are your thoughts on this? I'm into it. It definitely presents itself as a big universe for sure. It's definitely not something small. There's more that they could do with it. I think what I love so much about Jordan Peele, though, is that his movies are one-offs. Going back to that conversation, I love the fact that it's just like, here's a story, here's something horrible that happens in this universe, and by the time you're at the end of all of his movies, at least for me, in my experience with all three of his films, by the time I get to the end of it, I always have more questions than what they answered, and I love that. Like, I love that we can still discuss these movies. Like, I still have conversations with my friends about Get Out all the time. And it's like, are these the only crazy people who are doing this? Are these the only group of people who are doing this in the world? Are there more Armitages around? There's so much more there's so many more questions you can ask. And as much as I would love for those questions to get answered in some kind of sequel, some continuation, expansion, whatever, I kind of love living in the mystery a little bit of a standalone film. and Jordan Peele does that so well. I'm almost like I'm good, you know. I'm good on more Nope stuff. I would watch it. I'd be open to it if that got announced. But I love the discussion. If you can make something where if you're making something where the goal is to answer questions about an already established movie, I feel like you've already failed from the get-go. You should, with continuations, you should be posing more questions about the same situation somehow. If you can make that happen, it's tougher to do because answering questions is pretty easy. Just come up with something. But that answer may not be great. Some people may not like that answer. Some people already have something preconceived in their head that they like even more than what you've presented. And I think that's great. So keep that train rolling. Keep those questions throwing at us so that we have more things to talk about. That's what I love about movies the most, is the conversation. I really do. The World's End is a decent invasion of the Body Snatchers type film. Yeah, no, it definitely is. I feel you. Just like how Shaun of the Dead's like totally a parody of Romero movies. It's I don't even know what Hot Fuzz. I don't even know what you would consider Hot Fuzz as. I mean, it's got some elements of certain movies, but yeah, no, for sure. I don't. Once again, I'm not claiming it's a masterpiece or anything, but it's really fun. I think it's got some great fight sequences. The characters are awesome. I like that Simon Pegg and Nick Frost play different characters. Like in Shaun of the Dead, for instance, like you have Shaun played by Simon, who's a lot more like he's trying to get his life together. He's trying so hard, but he fails. Like he's horrible at it. He makes so many little mistakes. Nick Frost's character, he's just a glorified snob. You know, he doesn't slob, not snob. Those are different things. Slob. He's more of a slob. He doesn't care. He's just vibing. They're kind of the opposite in The World's End, and I found that very fascinating that they did opposite character arcs where they typically play vice versa. So I liked that. I thought that was fun. I really liked that in The World's End. The character relationships, where the story goes, the idea of a pub crawl with fucking aliens and shit. I don't know. It's a cool movie. It's a lot of fun. Hot Fuzz is a masterpiece as well as Shaun of the Dead, though. So they're up there for me. Hot Fuzz was supposed to be a take on Lethal Weapon. I see it. Okay, I see it. Yeah, I definitely feel that. It's the British humor that's fucking me up, because that kind of makes it its own thing, which is really nice. But I totally see where you're coming from that, though. Definitely action horror comedy spoof for sure. But at the same time, it's a really good story, man. Like they went above and beyond with Hot Fuzz. I almost like it. I almost like it more than Shaun of the Dead. Shaun of the Dead, it's got zombies in it. Come on. And that double one take that comes back. Oh, I mean, cinematography at its fucking best, dude. Jason coming in with another horny super chat, throwing $2 in there, saying Melissa Barrera, Sam Carpenter is the hottest. Listen, Jason, if I have to read that, I'm gonna call out how horny it is. That's all I'm saying. I appreciate the $2 though. I appreciate you. Thank you for that. Melissa Barrera is a very beautiful woman too. There you go. She's awesome. Very talented too. I absolutely am so fucking hyped for the next Radio Silence thing. I'm so glad Melissa Barrera is gonna be on the project. I can't wait. I'm Dracula's daughter, baby. It's gonna be good. I'm excited for it. You've never watched Shaun of the Dead? Ooh, I recommend it. It's a very fun, casual watch too. Like it's you gotta like British humor too. Like I know a lot of people don't like British humor. It works for me personally though. I really like it. I find it really funny. It's a goofy movie. Very goofy movie. Jake is looking like Pat. I look like if Patrick Bateman went on vacation, maybe. You like Huey Lewis in the news? Welcome, Alejandro. I don't know if I said hi to you yet, so welcome. I don't get Evil Dead 2. Can someone explain? I just did a podcast on Evil Dead 2. It fucks with the continuity a little bit. Just ignore that. Just vibe with it. Don't think too much about the continuity of the Evil Dead films. You'll get confused. It's fucking ridiculous. Like every movie kind of fucks with the continuity a little bit. So don't get all tangled up in that. But just the events of the first film essentially happened. Move on into the next one, where Ash is not dead. He's just doing his own continuation of the story essentially. VKD throwing $5 in there. Thank you so much, Dylan. I appreciate that. Saying, Jake, do you miss Key and Peele? Imagine Jordan making a horror film called Wendell. Oh my God. What's the one about the racist zombies or whatever? That would be a funny full length. Oh my god, Key and Peele's so good, man. I love them so much. Such a great duo. I miss those days of the Key and Peele. Oh, Obama smoking or whatever. That's so funny, man. Oh my god, I love Key and Peele. I would be so down for some more of that. Now that Jordan Peele's like one of the biggest horror movie directors today, that would be insane if they did like a comeback season or something. That'd be awesome. So I'm into it. I totally miss it. I love that show. Sketch comedy at its best. Keegan-Michael Key and Jordan Peele too. They're big stars, which makes me so happy. I'm glad. Like, I remember when like that show ended and Keanu came out and like that movie was like, what the fuck? Like what is happening here? Keegan-Michael Key's like his whole career was kind of like, it was kind of doing pretty well, and then it kind of like dropped off a little bit, and then that's when Jordan Peele wasn't doing a whole lot. I'm like, I hope Jordan Peele does well in this world. Hope he's hanging out. Hope he's doing something else in the universe. And then he comes out with Get Out and wins a fucking Oscar, and I'm like, yeah, let's go. Those two are so talented, and I knew that watching Key and Peele back in the day, and I'm just so happy they're so successful nowadays. Makes me very happy. So absolutely, man, would love a reunion of some sort with Key and Peele. That'd be great. Thank you for the $5. I appreciate it. God, that show's so funny. The sweating thing. Oh my god. I can't make any reference to that fucking joke, that bit, or I'll be in trouble. But funny stuff. Jason Carpenter saying, "Aren't they watching Shaun of the Dead and Scream 4?" Yes, they are. Love it. Great reference. Good stuff. Is Evil Dead Rise good? It's very good. It's fantastic. You will love it. Well, you know, if you like that style of horror, you know, some people, I've had some people come into the chat and say, you know, I like the Scream films because they're not as scary, they're not as bloody, they're not as gory. I can't do the gorier, grosser stuff. Maybe skip Rise if you're in that same boat, is what I'll say. It's the third act of that is one of the bloodiest sequences I've seen in film all year. It's wonderful. It's fantastic. I love it. I don't know. I don't even know what else to say. I love that shit all day. The scary, bloody, gory shit. I can do that from start to finish any day of the week. And that movie delivers, man. I was so worried going into it. I remember standing in line for it. Everyone was like, what if it's not good? You know, what if we drove down to Cincinnati for nothing? We were so worried. Nah, if you're an Evil Dead fan, I'll say this too. If you're an Evil Dead 2 fan, you'll especially like this movie. Very Evil Dead 2 inspired. Very Evil Dead 2 inspired. The fucking, oh my god, okay, is that the one where he's ordering food? Where he's like ordering food and then he keeps messing with the dude on the phone or whatever? I can't remember if that's the right one or not, but that one's so funny. Oh my god. What's up, Darren? How's it going? Terrifier 3! I can't wait for that movie, man. I am so hyped. I'm so hyped for that to finally go into production. We need more Art the Clown. And, you know, we were talking a little earlier about, like, a movie that would do super well at the box office, like an It or an It 2. I don't know if Terrifier will ever reach that level of, like, success at the box office because of how R nearly NC up there, you know, X-rated kind of it gets. But culturally as impactful, I would say Art the Clown is up there with Pennywise, because, I mean, I was going to Horror Hound this past, like, couple of weeks ago. Everybody, I mean, like 50% of the people there were in Art the Clown, Terrifier gear, whatever. Super hyped to meet like Damien, David Howard Thornton, Leah Soive. That's not right. I can't remember her last name. Elliot Fulham, all those awesome people that were in charge of that we're working on that movie. So many people were hyped about that. Terrifier is a huge thing right now. We need more. We need more Terrifier. We got Art the Clown coming up in Bupkis, which is what it's called. Pete Davidson thing. I don't know why Art the Clown's in it. I couldn't tell you, but I'm excited. Can't wait to see it. He's kind of our slasher icon, which is fun. I really like that. Okay, let's put on some different music. What's this? It's kind of annoying. With that's even more annoying. All right, put on some background music. We're vibing out to the same thing. It's been a lot. Vivid Gamer is saying, I haven't seen any Evil Dead movies since I was a kid and don't remember anything about them, but Rise looks good. Gotta try and rewatch them all. You know, what's really fun about Evil Dead Rise is that if you do rewatch all of them and you're kind of familiar with them, it's going to be an even more fun viewing experience is what I'll say. There's something in particular that references Army of Darkness. There's a buttload of Evil Dead 2 references. The movie itself has a structure similar to the original Evil Dead. And then it also has like the tone and the goriness, the over-the-top blood and gore cringe factor of Evil Dead 2013 as well. So it kind of feels like they definitely pull from all the movies a little bit for this new one. It's not devoid of humor either, which is really nice and refreshing. But it's not too much like, it's not like Army of Darkness where the whole thing's just a comedy. It's not that either. It's scary, trust me. That scene at the door with the little girl and the mom is one of the most upsetting things I've seen all year. But the vibe of the movie itself is probably most akin to Evil Dead 2013 while having the humor of Evil Dead 2, I feel like is maybe the best way to describe it. But it's awesome. I fucking loved it. I was a huge fan of it. I can't wait for you all to see it. The chair, I read that wrong. I read that too fast, Aaron. That chair leg weapon was choice. Yes, Art the Clown for Dead by Daylight. Okay, yeah, Mr. L. I like that. Been hearing a lot of speculation that Alien might actually be the next licensed killer for DVD. We got a new Alien movie coming up too, Mr. L. Speaking of Evil Dead 2013, Fede Alvarez working on a new Alien movie. I'm fucking hyped for that, man. I believe they started filming that already. Maybe they're done with it. I'm not sure, but I know they're filming it. Last I heard. Feels like you need a minimal gore film to break horror box office records. Well, you know, you gotta get a lot of people in there if you're gonna break some records. You know, you can't be putting out a Terrifier 2 and expect to make more $1 billion as as Morbius thought it could. No, I'm kidding. But that's kind of the case. You know, you need a wider group of people, and some people aren't into the super scary, super gory, over the top intense films like that. Some people just like a little bit of horror, like little dash of it, like the more mystery stories about like killers and all that, where the focus of it is not really the killing itself; it's more the mystery element. That seems to be the most attractive thing with horror movies in general. Everyone seems to agree that like that's something we can hang out with and have fun with, or like the slasher concept because it's really familiar. So many movies have done it. You're not going into that like just being like, what the fuck am I watching? I've never seen anything like this before. People like familiarity as much as we like to disagree with that. I like things that are really out of the box personally, but familiarity is really attractive to the casual movie watcher. So that's always like typically the things that break out are something that do something familiar, but it has something, just a little tiny knob that's taken one way or the other. Or sometimes you're an It, sometimes you're an It 2017 where you just have a fucking killer character design and then that blows up. Sometimes you're a Megan where you do a dance in a trailer and that blows up on TikTok. Everyone has their little thing, everyone needs a little something. Or maybe you're Wednesday Addams and you also just do the Megan thing and have a dance that blows up on TikTok. Either way, it'll bring people in. Have something that everyone kind of agrees that is really cool and they'll show up. Jason Carpenter throwing $2 in there again. I appreciate that, Jason. Saying Scream 6 and Halloween Ends are my 2 favorite films. Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. 2 favorite films of all time. I love it. Scream 6 is a banger, dude. I love it. It's a weird one, and I like that. Halloween Ends also a weird one, but I dig it, Jason. I'm glad you like those movies so much. I wish I was right there with you with Halloween Ends. I wish I was. I keep watching it because I want to like it, and I'm probably gonna keep watching it for the rest of my life. I love the Halloween movies so much, and I love that story too. I really do. I love the story that runs through Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills. I love it. Like it's so cheesy and campy at times, but it's also so super brutal too at times too. So I don't know. I'll probably be watching that one for forever, even though I don't like it, but it's great story. Had a great story for sure. Jason, thanks for the $2. I'm glad those are 2 of your favorite films ever. And just in like what, fucking 8 months? 7 months? I can't count. Counting's way too hard. 7 months. We've gotten both of those films. 2 of your favorite films in 7 months. That's fucking awesome. You must be on top of the world, Jason. Nice. Ivano is saying, I'm writing a story about Scream 7. It will have meta commentary. True crime. Ooh. Ooh! I like it. I'm all about it, Ivano. Write it. Write some crazy stories. It's always fun. Stephen Moore is saying, I think what's exciting about slashers like Terrifier and stuff like Skinamarink and The Outwaters is that they're low-budget indie features. We've been stuck with big studio horror, so it's refreshing. I agree, Stephen. I think that's another big aspect to it as well. Terrifier dared to do something different, too. I mean, the practical effects are off the fucking charts in that film. I think that and Art the Clown's performance are something that's just so fresh and so, like, I can attach myself to that because it's something I'm not seeing all the time in the commonplace for horror right now. Same with Skinamarink and The Outwaters. I might not have been a fan of The Outwaters, but I respected it for being very different. It was very out there, very Blair Witch inspired for sure, with the whole idea of not really telling you everything that's going on. I feel like that's to its detriment personally, but I get why people really like it because it vibes with that. Like, I'm sure that people who are fans of the original Blair Witch Project will fucking love that movie. Skinamarink, on the other hand, I really liked Skinamarink. I feel like I'm once again alone in that boat. But it scared the fuck out of me, man. There are 2 jump scares in that movie that made me shit my pants. The ending of that movie is one of the most visceral terror I've had in a film all year. I don't know. It was effectively scary, even if we were looking at corners of the fucking room and carpet and Legos for 90% of that film. It was still really scary, though. It had, like, it's so... It breaks film down to absolutely nothing, and then when it does something, it shocks you even more because of that. Because you want something so bad from this, and when you get it, it's like the most terrifying shit ever. So it's an experimental film, and I get why people don't like it, but I vibed with it. It's not something I'm actively seeking out or watching for pleasure because it affected me so much, but I will watch it again. It's something that's another movie where probably not a lot of people were huge fans of it, but we'll be talking about it for a while because it did something so different. And I value films like that. Like Halloween Ends, I value that film. Even if I didn't care for it. Blucka Blucka is saying, will we ever get another Silent Hill film? Yeah, that's actually been announced that there's a new one in development. They're doing a Silent Hill 2 video game remake, which is like one of the better horror games ever made. I'm hyped for it, man. I'm hyped for all the Silent Hill stuff, dude. I love those 2 Silent Hill movies. I know they're trash. I get it. I understand, but I love them. I like a raccoon. I love the Silent Hill trash. Okay, all right. I love it. Call me a raccoon because I'm eating that shit. Oh my god, those movies are so fun. And I know, I get it. Silent Hill Revelations, whatever the fuck it's called. God, what doesn't it have like a 4% on Rotten Tomatoes? Hang on, I gotta look this up. This is so funny. Silent Hill Revelations. Come on, hit me with that. 2012 movie. It's got an 8% on Rotten Tomatoes. I fucking love it. Like, it is such a ridiculous movie, and I love every second of that movie. Sean Bean is in it. It's so weird. It's got some crazy visual effects in it. That doesn't mean they're good. That just means they're crazy. I love that film. I don't care. Like, it's it's so fun. Oh my god. I don't know. Really enjoy both of those movies. Stephen Moore is saying the bedroom sequence in Skinamarink was the scariest scene I've seen in the theaters in so long. I agree. Dude, that was so well done. And then and here's the thing about that movie too. All they did to scare you with that scene was just have a hand go around a fucking door. Just bam, like that. And there's so much setup, you know. Setup is, in my opinion, even more than the actual jump itself. That's so much more important. If you just try to set up a jump scare like as fast as physically possible, it's not going to hit as hard. With Skinamarink understands that we need to take 20 minutes sometimes to set up a jump scare. That's okay. Sometimes we got to do that. And it does that really well. And then even when you're in this, like in the moment, when you know it's coming, That's the scariest part too. You're like, it's going to happen any moment now. Something's going to happen. It's awesome. You definitely can't be distracted with Skinamarink. It requires your full surrender of your immersion. It does. You can't watch this movie and go on your phone or something. It's one of those movies where you just have to, you're in it. You know, if you're watching it, you got to be fully into it, or it's not going to work. It's an experiment, and you got to be fully present in the experiment. It's I don't know. It's wonderful. It's absolutely going to, if it doesn't make my top 10 of the year, I'm going to at the very least mention it, because it's a landmark horror film for this year, whether you liked it or hated it. So it's important for sure. I gave it a 7 out of 10 because I will admit there are times where I'm like, it loses me a little bit, but the first 2 acts are fucking fantastic. I wouldn't change a thing. Let's take a moment to talk about Gunnar Hansen, because he's from, is that Gunnar Hansen? That's, yeah, because he's from my country. Okay, who is that again? I'm like, I know that name. I always forget this. TCM guy. Yeah, okay. He's Leatherface. Duh, I knew that. I'm like, that's not Leatherface, is it? I thought he had a different last name. That's awesome though. Appreciation post for old original Leatherface. He passed away recently, right? Didn't he pass away recently? Yeah, in 2015. Rest in peace, man. That's really upsetting. That sucks. Good old OG Leatherface, though. A killer movie. I just watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, though, which is just so fun. Such a fun, ridiculous sequel. I don't know. Blucka saying I'm watching Revelations right now. Nice! Isn't this like the only film Sean Bean survives? Okay, wait. I think he dies. No, he dies in that movie. Blucka, what I will say, though, is there is another movie where Sean Bean survives called Possessor. If you've ever seen it, he technically survives that movie. And it's in like the most ridiculous, egregious punch-in shot I've ever seen on film, and it's done for the joke of Sean Bean dies in everything he's in. Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, almost in Possessor, almost. He probably should have died, but he doesn't. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure they were joking about it on set. That's my guess. My guess is they were joking about it on the Possessor set, and they're like, "Hey, you're hanging out. Can we put some makeup on you and bring you back to life?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Thank you. Finally, thank you, Brandon. Somebody finally understands my plight." Oh my god, that's so funny. Is Saw 10 coming out this year? It is. It's coming out on October 27th. Right before Halloween. You'll be able to see it the same day as Five Nights at Freddy's release. For right now, that may change, but Saw has a history of coming out around the same time as Halloween. Like that's was a thing for a long time. It's Halloween, we're going to see Saw. You know, it was like a big thing. We're trying to get back to that, I think, here with Saw 10, and I think that's awesome. So I'm hyped for that. I'm hyped for Saw 10, directed by Kevin Grudert, who did my favorite Saw sequel. I'm excited for it, man. I think it's going to be good. Am I expecting this to be the best in the franchise? No, I'm not expecting that at all. I don't go into it with that mindset. It's Saw 10, you know. Watch it for what it is. It's the 10th film in the Saw franchise. I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be fun. I'm not expecting best of the best. I'm not expecting the worst movie in the franchise either, though. So I feel like maybe somewhere in the middle is where I'm going to rank this one. I'm hyped for it, though. I can't wait. Can't wait to get a new box set that includes 1 through 10. Because every time a new movie comes out, that's a new opportunity for a new box set, baby. That's what I've learned. That's why I'm waiting. There's some movies I'm just going to wait. Just going to wait. Ooh, The Insider. What's up? Damn, your channel's finally growing. Love to see it. Been here since 200. 200? Wow. So you've been here since like 2019, huh? Like late 2019, early 2020. Well, welcome. The Insider, what I will say is we got some big news coming about the channel on Monday. I got to make some announcements. Some big changes are coming, and what I like to say about change all the time is, you know, you got to keep evolving. You got to keep evolving as a creator, creative, whatever, or else things are going to get stale. And I want to say that to preface the announcement I'm going to make here on Monday about the channel. So I'm noticing a little, you know, I'm noticing that when I talk about Scream, things are great on the channel. Things are awesome. But there's so many other horror franchises I love as well, and there's so many other movies I love as well. So I'm thinking about expanding the channel into more territories. We got some big old changes coming soon. That's all I'm gonna say. And hopefully I can keep doing this YouTube thing because I love talking with all of you wonderful people. So hopefully that'll be the case. Hollywood Guy, thank you so much for the $5. Really appreciate the support. Thank you, thank you, thank you, good sir. Saying, is there any word that Nev Campbell will come back with a new team of directors or not? And I hope the new team will know what they are doing. There isn't any news on it yet, but last we heard from Nev Campbell, she really liked Scream 6, and she felt like she had missed out not being in it. She really wanted to be in it. Paraphrasing here, obviously. But we heard that from Skeet Ulrich himself, I guess, was kind of talking about it and how he says, like, yeah, Nev really wanted to be a part of it. You know, they couldn't strike a deal, couldn't figure something out. And because of that, I really want her to come back and do another movie. I just feel bad, you know? It's like this was her franchise to begin with, and now she's not here. And I do miss her presence in the Scream movies. I loved Scream 6. I thought it was awesome. It's one of my favorite sequels, maybe my favorite. But I don't know. I could use more Sidney Prescott. That would be awesome. Like I said, I would love that. I would love that movie to happen where it's Sidney Prescott and everybody back. It's 25, 30 years later and everyone's still alive, you know, do like a basic, your typical requel with Scream. It would be fun. It would live in its own universe. And who cares? You know, who cares if it's in its own universe? You still have the Scream 1 through 6 story. That's its own thing. There you go. That's a story. Let's tell some more stories. I like stories, man. That's the truth of it. I really like Scream stories. I want more Ghostface in my life. Can never get enough of them. Can never get enough Ghosty in the old life here. So hopefully we get more Sydney in there as well. That would be great. Thank you for the $5, Hollywood Guy. I appreciate that. Will it be the same team going into Scream 7 too? Who the fuck knows at this point? At this point, I have no idea. They're not announcing Scream 7. Scream 6 killed it at the fucking box office. I feel like they're leaving money on the table not making 7. That deal they made to get all those properties, it cost them like $500 million bucks? They haven't made that. They have not made that yet with this deal. So, I mean, you know, that wasn't just for the Scream properties. It was all the Miramax properties. Miramax, am I saying that right? Weinstein Company, all their properties. So, I mean, they could do more with that as well. Like, you know, there's absolutely many more kinds of requels they could make, but I don't know. To me, it's like Scream is hot right now, man. Make a 7. I don't want them to rush something out either, but at the same time, you know, I feel like if we just kind of quit it with the Scream stuff right now while it's hot, might be a mistake. That's all I'm saying. I came for the Scream, but I stay for the chaos, so change away. Hell yeah. I appreciate that. I appreciate that mentality because if they don't do a Scream 7, you know, what am I going to do on here? That's what I'm worried about right now. So I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it. We got to expand. We got to change it up. We got to keep things moving. You can't stagnate. You know, that's where YouTube channels go to die, is when they just keep doing the same thing over and over again. So can't stagnate. Got to keep it interesting. Anything saying, what's your favorite Chucky movie? Man, my favorite one is probably Child's Play 2. I love Child's Play 2. I think it's so fun. I think it's the perfect balance of horror and comedy in that franchise too. Sometimes they go off the fucking rails with the comedy and it's way too much. Like Seed of Chucky is way too much with the comedy. It's basically a parody of its own self. Bride of Chucky, I think, is a killer movie though too, because it balances that out really. Again, Child's Play 2, I think, is a little more leaning into horror than comedy, but then Bride of Chucky may be the opposite. But it's not too much. It's not too much camp. It's not too much goofiness. I don't know. I can't get into Seed of Chucky as much. I know there's a lot of people that love it. But it is very campy, and it's not something I would like put on often, I guess. But I know that it's got a big camp of people that love it, and I respect it, man. It's a campy, goofy movie, but it's not. I don't know. It's kind of like Scary Movie to me. I love Scary Movie. It's a good movie, but it's not something I'm actively seeking out all the time. You know, it's if my friends are watching it, I'll watch it kind of movie. I think it's, speaking of which, there we go. I think it's time for another Scary Movie. Sure. Fuck it. Why not? As long as it's better than 4 and 5, then I'll watch it. Spyglass paid $460 million for 270 films, but then sold 20% of the company and 200 films to Lionsgate. Okay, yeah, I remember reading that Lionsgate was in on this deal too. So, I mean, still, they could use some money, is what it sounds like to me. I'm still in that boat. Of they probably still need more money. So why not keep making these films and keep making more money? I don't I don't know. I mean, I get you got to change up the creatives now at this point, but still. I love Bride of Chucky and Seed of Chucky both. I like them, but I definitely like Bride more. What 2 horror icons would you love to see face off on the big screen? That's a good question. What 2 characters would I like to see face off on the big screen? I really like. Here's the thing. Art the Clown is big right now. I love Art the Clown. I think he's fantastic. But I don't think there's another horror icon in the same vein of him. You know, we were talking about Pennywise, but I don't think that they would do a versus movie with Pennywise. I don't think Bill Skarsgård would do that with Art the Clown. Personally, I would love to see another slasher villain rise up in like the same feel of those kind of movies. Do it your own way, of course. Don't just make a Terrifier ripoff with another character. You know, don't do that. But I'm down for. I would be down for something like that. Art the Clown versus some other up and comer that maybe gets big in a slasher movie. I'd be into that. I think I would be into that a lot. That'd be a lot of fun. Art the Clown, I think, fits a versus movie like that too. He's really goofy. He's really over the top. Get another horror villain like that and face off against Art the Clown. That could be fun. Really over the top, goofy, campy villain. That's what we need. That's what we need next. Victor Crowley's not a bad choice. Not a bad choice at all, actually. Freddy versus Art. Okay, yeah, okay. Freddy hasn't been big in a while, but I'd be into it. I'm down for more Freddy. Always down for more Fredward. Lighting Ghost is throwing $5 in there. Appreciate you. Thank you, Lighting Ghost. Saying, are you hyped for the Conjuring TV series coming to Max? I'm like, I want to be. You know, I want to be hyped for it. The Conjuring 3 did nothing for me. I watched it again. I remember the first time I watched it, I thought it was coming out at midnight my time. It was actually coming out at 3 a.m. So I stayed up until 3 a.m. to watch that movie, and I was exhausted. I was like, ugh, I hate staying up this late. It's crazy. Watched that movie. It did nothing for me. I watched it in more of a not so exhausted state. And I don't know. I wasn't into it. The Conjuring, I don't know, man. They got to get something fresh. I just feel like they're trying new things. Like I saw that in Annabelle Comes Home and I saw that in The Conjuring 3, but it's like, it's just nothing where I'm like losing my mind over it. It just feels a little too PG-13. I think they need to step into break some new ground, make something a little crazier. The jump scares aren't effective either. Like in Annabelle Comes Home, like 75% of the jump scares miss for me because they're just not set up properly. And it's the same thing with that movie. And I don't know. There's been a change in creatives lately with the Conjuring franchise. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to say more than that, but I don't know. The way the jump scares are set up in those last couple of Conjuring films, they don't work. They don't work at all. They don't get me. The opening scene I think is excellent. Little homage to The Exorcist, which is great. But man, that's where that movie starts and ends for me. I don't know. I wish it had done more. I'm gonna watch this. You know, there's a lot of Conjuring movies I love. The first 2 Conjuring films, Annabelle, the first 2 Annabelles I really like too, especially Creation. But man, I don't know. That's The Nun 2's coming out, you know? That comes out in like October, I think. I'm gonna watch it, but I'm not like losing my mind over it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, Lighting Ghost. I'm gonna check it out. Hopefully it's good. I'm rooting for it. You know, anything that even if I'm not anticipating something, I'm definitely rooting for it. That's what I'll say. Anything that comes out from good people, I'm here for it. So thank you for the $5 though, Lighting Ghost. I do appreciate it. Thank you for being a KillJoy cult member as well. Hopefully we get something good. Oh yeah, the Mutilator 2 is coming out. I remember reading about this. I haven't seen an update on it recently, but I would love to watch this. The original one's so fucking ridiculous. Yeah, no, that's sick, man. I'm hyped for it. Never anticipated it, but I look forward. What if others make a comeback? Intruder, Society, Ice Cream Man, Pieces. What about a Pieces sequel? That would be fucking great. That would be funny. Society. Okay, we were talking earlier about movies that would benefit from today's technology. Society needs a remake so fucking bad. Like, Society would be a hit. That would be an indie hit right now. Obviously, it wouldn't be indie, but like that would be a fucking hit right now. Someone did a Society remake. So if the studios are out there somewhere, get on a Society remake. Ice Cream Man would be really funny too. Intruder would be good. I'm into it, man. I'm so down for these other weird horror movies to make some comebacks. Pieces, like I said, I'm gonna say this right now. If someone makes a remake of Zombie 1979, I'm actually gonna be pissed because I'm doing that. I want to do. There is no movie. Listen, Creature from the Black Lagoon. I want to remake it. I want to do something else with it. That would be awesome. But I want to fucking make my Zombie 1979 love letter if it kills me. I don't care. Like, I will climb any mountain to make that movie. I don't care. I will do anything I have to do. Who's I can't say that on YouTube. I can't say that. What do I gotta, what favors do I have to perform to to make that movie happen? I'll do it. I don't care. That would be awesome. But Mutilator 2, I'm into it, man. That first one's fucking, it's super goofy and ridiculous. I love it, man. Super underrated slasher. If you've never seen it, check it out. I think it's on Shudder. I think that's where I watched it. So check it out. A sequel's coming. So I hope it's good. I hope it's good, man. Haunting You, thanks for the $5. I appreciate it. Society, though. Society needs a remake so bad. Could you imagine the shunting with today's, like, Damien Leone? Think about him working on on the shunting scene. Oh my God. I can't even, I'd lose my mind. Like, I wouldn't be able to do a review because I would be dead from excitement. I don't know what I would do with myself. Jason Carpenter's throwing $10 in there. Jason, thank you so much for that support. I really appreciate that. You are the best. You're the absolute best, Jason. Jason's always in these streams, everybody. Just round of applause for this gentleman right here. Thank you for being here. Halloween Retribution 2026. My pitch to Malik Akkad. Love it. Direct sequel to Halloween 4 with Danielle Harris as the lead, Jenna Ortega, her daughter, and Paul Rudd as Tommy Doyle back in the fold. Halloween 5 is trash. Halloween 5 is trash, and I don't care, man. Director of that film basically nearly had somebody killed filming that movie. I believe he had never seen a Halloween film prior to it. I don't know. It's a lot of weird things going on with Halloween 5. But I'm very into more Halloween films, though. Jason, you know how I feel about Halloween Ends. I would love another good Michael movie. I'd be into it. I think, like, what I realized moving into this October is that we're gonna really miss Michael Myers this October. We're gonna really miss him, and I feel like we're gonna feel that. I don't feel like there's that fatigue with Halloween as much. And I know you're going to disagree with this, but I feel like there's not that fatigue as much with Halloween because the last movie we didn't get a Michael movie. We got a Corey movie. And whether you loved that or hated it, I feel like there's not really a Michael fatigue right now. I feel like there's kind of a want to see Michael Myers on the big screen again because of that. So I'm okay with more Michael Myers here in a couple of years. Like, if they want to make another one, I'm fucking for it, dude. I'm for it in maybe another 2 years. Let's see it happen. More Michael. Give me more Michael Myers on the big screen killing people. I'm into it. And hey, if we want to do something with the Thorn trilogy, like what you're talking about here, Danielle Harris, I could always use more of her in these movies. Words are hard. Words are so hard sometimes. I could use more of her. That would be great. Jenna Ortega in there would be fucking sick. And Paul Rudd coming back. That'd be a lot of fun. He was supposed to be in Halloween Kills, man. I'd love for Paul Rudd to be in one of these movies. That'd be great for that to happen again. That'd be awesome. Do the Thorn trilogy, but differently and better. you can make that happen, I think. So I'm down for it, Jason. I love it. Thanks for the $10. I appreciate it. Thank you. Mr. L, thank you for the $5, Mr. L. Thank you. I should be calling you Mr. W here with all the dubs you're getting. That was just bad. That was just awful. Anyways, Mr. L is saying, would you ever approve of an Alien remake, or is that film too sacred to meddle with, in your opinion? If so, what kind of film would you rather see? You have done stumped me here, Mr. L, and why I say that is because Alien is one of those movies that I feel like most people, if you say the word Alien 1979, if you say that to someone, what are they going to think about? They're going to think about the chest burster. And I respect that. I mean, it's a killer fucking sequence. It's awesome. But for me, the thing I love about the original Alien, the thing I love the most, that maybe if you saw this movie as a kid, you were just watching, when I saw that movie for the first time, I was way too young. And I'm watching it, and I'm thinking to myself, this alien is so cool. I love when the alien comes on screen. This is great. But as an adult watching it, I pick up on all the blue-collar commentary they got going on in the film. And I'm like, this is so fucking ahead of its time and so smart. Alien maybe could use a remake. Like, is that a hot take? Like, I feel like that would really speak to today's audience with the kind of social commentary they got in that film, which most people don't talk about. Most people just gloss over. You know, it's all, I love the sci-fi angle to it too. Don't get me wrong, that's awesome. But the path less taken with Alien talk is specifically that, the commentary. And I feel like you could do a new Alien movie with that vibe to it. I don't know if I would specifically make a remake of it though. Like, I feel like we could pull that element from the original and apply it to like Fede's new movie, for instance. We could apply it to just a new Alien movie in general. That's the only reason I would want to remake the film, is just to expand on some of the things that maybe aren't as prominent in the original. Because there's a lot going on in that original Alien. It's a classic, not just for the fucking killer alien design and Ellen Ripley being one of the best final girls in movie history. There's more to it than just that. And I don't know. I'd be into that. I'd be into another movie that taps into that. I don't know if I would want to remake it though. Just like Back to the Future, I don't think it needs a remake. I don't think it needs anything changed about it. It's a wonderful product of its time. And maybe that's all there is to it. Maybe we can make continuations to these things. I'm interested in that. But some things don't need to be remade, like The Exorcist. So, and I will say some things don't need to be continued either, but I don't feel that way about the Alien franchise. There's, it's so big of a world, it's so big of a story. We could be doing 100 movies in there that maybe this time features the xenomorphs, you know, unlike Prometheus. But I don't know. Covenant was fine. Alien Covenant was okay, but still not great. I'm excited for what Fede has to say and what he has to do in that universe. I think it's going to be great. So, loved what he did with Don't Breathe and the Evil Dead universe. And honestly, I really liked the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie he produced last year. I thought it was fun. I wasn't it wasn't like the best movie I've ever seen, but it was a bloody good time. I've watched it again recently. It's a lot of fun. So, Mr. L, yeah, you know, I'm going to say it. I think that one's too sacred to remake, but I think there's things we can pull from that for future installments that maybe we should hit on a little more, because it's fun, it's interesting, it's thought-provoking. Let's fuck with some of that a little more. Mr. L, thank you for the $5 though. I can't fucking wait for more Alien. Those first two Alien movies are so good. I love them so much. Blucka is saying, Jake, I hate chick flick moments, but I appreciate you and your content. That might be the best backhanded compliment I've ever gotten in my life. Oh no, okay, you're saying, okay, I thought you were saying, man, you got some chick flick moments on there. No, you're just you had a soft spot real quick for me, and you're like, I hate this, I hate that I'm about to do this, but I appreciate you and your content. Blucka, you know what, I hate those, I hate chick flicks too, but what I will say is I love you too, man. Thanks for being here. And thanks for the good conversation. I appreciate it, Blucka. We may not agree all the time, but that's okay. It's not about agreeing. It's not about agreeing on films together. It's about going back and forth on different topics. It's about going back and forth on these ideas and seeing different perspectives. I don't want to, you know, I don't come to the internet to see people say the exact same take I have on a movie. Like, that's wonderful, and I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad you liked the movie in the same way I did, but I want to hear different perspectives. We were talking about Frailty earlier, and you know, someone was saying, oh, it's religious propaganda, I don't care for it. And I think that's really interesting, because I took the movie kind of the opposite way. So I love that. I love that we have different perspectives on things. We can talk about it, go back and forth. So I'm not here to agree. I'm not here to convince people that I'm right or something. Maybe there are some YouTubers who think that. I just like the discussion. I'm here for the journey. I'm not here for the destination. Jake is saying, oh, Jake, thanks for becoming a channel member, by the way. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I saw that earlier on. Saying you can reboot the Children of the Corn trilogy. That's the way. This is the way. That, you know, I hear the new one's not great. I have not watched it yet, but that's one that I feel like could use you can make improvements upon that story. Especially in the first one. That first movie, I like it, but I don't think it's perfect. I think there's more you can do with that story to make it even crazier. So I agree. I think that there's more you can do with that one, for sure. Jake's the goat. You're the goat, ASMR Nocturnal. You nocturnal asmer. ASMR. What does that stand for? Do y'all know what that stands for? I just know it's the whispering stuff. It's just like, oh my God, we're going to talk about horror movies today. Like, that's all I know. That's all I know about it. You get tingles up in the brain. I don't know. Does it work, ASMR Nocturnal? I want to know. Hit me with some facts here. I'm uneducated in this department. I want to know what your business is, if that's your business, or maybe that's just your name. I don't know. Maybe I'm asking too many questions. Maybe I'm asking too many questions. Anyways, Mr. L is throwing $5 in there. I appreciate you. Thank you for the support, man. Saying, I feel like what the Alien franchise needs is a return to simplicity. I feel like the lesser loved sequels are often the more complicated ones. That's actually a pretty good point. I think the simplicity in plot structure, I think specifically, because I love the original movie. It's just people trapped on a fucking spaceship. That's all it is. That's they come across some weird shit out in the galaxy and they get fucked up because of it. It's simple. It's not too big. I like that. I think I agree. I think we need more of that. And it seems like that's what Fede's bringing to the table with his new movie. It's gonna, obviously the company's probably gonna be this like looming antagonist in the background. I really like that, but I don't know if that's going. I want some xenomorphs biting into people, blood and guts everywhere. That's what we need. I agree. We need a return to simplicity in plot structure. But I think the what they do in that first and second movie, commentary wise, I think is just so interesting, and we kind of lose that in some of the other films. Like 3 has, excuse me, 3 has that a little bit, but the characters are so boring, I don't care. Like, it's, I don't know. I can't tell you a single name of a character from that movie besides Ripley. They for some reason kill all of the good characters from 2 at the beginning of that film. And then, yeah, they killed Ripley too. Like, what? I don't know, man. I'm pretty checked out. I was pretty checked out of Alien 3. But you got to make good decisions. You got to make good decisions for the story, or people are going to lose interest. And I think that's part of it. I think that's part of it with the Alien franchise. I think the 4th movie kind of brings it back a little bit, but it's still not fantastic. It's got some moments that I really like. The cast is way better than 3. Love the characters. Winona Ryder's in there. Hellboy's in there. I don't know. The cast is way better. I really like the characters a lot better in 4, but then it has some really cheesy, goofy moments, and it slows down a little too much at points. And I'm like, man, I could use some more excitement here. The alien swimming around in the water though is fucking cool though. In Resurrection, I like that. I like Alien Resurrection. I don't know. I enjoy that one. It's not like, not saying it's my favorite or anything, but I have a fun time with it. But I agree. I think we need to go back, return to form. Go back to what that original Alien did. See what Aliens did really well too. It's kind of a similar situation. It starts off really complicated, but then goes back into what made that original film so great, which is characters trapped somewhere and they got to fight aliens. Obviously, the first one, there's a single alien, but in the second one, there's multiple. You get what I'm saying. We need to go back to that format, I think, for sure, though. I agree. Different location, maybe. A bunch of xenomorphs, maybe not just one. And then we'll be vibing. Give us some kind of queen or some final boss type character, because those movies do oftentimes feel like video games, and I like that. I like that structure. Give me that again here. That would be cool. Mr. L, thank you for the $5, though. I appreciate it. I agree with the simplicity in that franchise, though. I do. Even like Alien versus Predator, man. Like that first one, it's really simple and dumb, but it's fun. I love it. Jaws remake, yes or no? Oh man, this is one I absolutely would not touch. I don't think we need a remake. I could see a requel though, like a Jaws requel. Sure, fuck it, why not? I don't know. It's one of those things where are shark movies just are those a thing of the past now? Are those just one comes out every year and it makes some money, but it's like, it's fine. Is that where we're at with shark movies? Is there something else we can do with Jaws? Is there another idea that we can make? Maybe. Once again, I'd be open to it. I'd be open to a continuation, requel, whatever, about Amityville. What are they doing nowadays? What do they got going on nowadays? New people dealing with the shark. That's pretty much what you'd have to do. Richard Dreyfuss is still hanging out, but I mean, he could show up. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else I would do with that. It's really tough to say. Man, Richard Dreyfuss is 75 years old. He doesn't look that bad too. He's doing good. Is he still making movies? I couldn't tell you. I feel like I haven't seen him in something in a while, so I'd be into some more stuff with old Richard Dreyfuss. That'd be fun. So I'm into it. You know, I'm down for it. Down for another Jaws movie. Just don't make it like how shark movies have been being made. Like Blucka's saying it. Hollywood guy, thanks for the $2. I appreciate it. Jason Statham about to beat a megalodon with martial arts. Like, what the fuck? What even was the Meg? Like, what was that movie, man? I don't know. We have a second one coming out this year. I don't know, man. I'm probably gonna see it too. I'm probably gonna see it. It's cheesy, big shark movie. I eat that shit up, but I love that Jaws can take itself seriously at different points and do some scary stuff. We need that back in shark films. There's not too many of them that do that very well, in my opinion. But sometimes you have something that sticks out, and it's nice, and it's great. But I haven't seen something in a while. What's up, Malik? How's it going? Welcome, welcome. Do you think the Predator series should move into more of the horror realm, considering the Predator's whole purpose of existence is hunting and killing for sport? It definitely, the last entry felt very horror-y, like more horror-inspired than not, is what I'll say. I definitely agree we should do something maybe a little more horror-adjacent. I wouldn't set it up like a slasher film or something like that, but I do think that we could use another Predator film that's, once again, a smaller, contained story, just also deals with the Predator. I like that we're starting to do that in horror now, where we're starting to do just random one-off stories with these familiar horror characters. Not everything needs to be this big, grand story, and that's okay. You know, that's all right. I love the idea of a new badass final girl or final guy character, whatever, going against a Predator. I'm into it. I'm totally down for setting up something like that, but you want to do something refreshing right now. You want to do something that hasn't been done in a while. Give me something like this. Give me something like Prey again. Like, I really liked Prey because it was a one-off little story, and that was it. You know, that was open and shut case for a movie. So I'm down for more movies like that in the Predator universe, personally. I really liked what they did with Prey. So Dan Trachtenberg, give us another one, maybe in a different time period, maybe with the same characters. I don't care. Mr. L is commenting on that as well, throwing $5 out there, saying, I'm excited for a follow-up to Prey. Would love Predator spin-offs with hunts in different timelines cultures. I agree. I thought that was really fun. It was really different and fresh. They also played into some of the stuff from the other movies, too. You know, they connected it to 2, which I think is really special. I don't know. I really liked what Prey did. It was fun. I would like more movies in that style. You know, I'm not necessarily saying it has to be that. It has to focus on a certain culture or whatever. I love the idea of those one-off stories like that. We don't do that too many times in horror sequels. We like to continue things from where we left off, and sometimes you don't need that, depending on the story. So I'm down for more of that. I do love that it celebrates native culture, though. That is wonderful about the film. If they can find that again in another movie, sure, hell yeah, all the power to them. I like that. Prey's a killer movie. I wish they would do a physical release of that, because I would love to own it with the other 4 Predator movies, which I reluctantly own. But hey, man, I'm into it. Prey's a good one. I'm still not sure if it's my favorite sequel or not. I really like Predators, but Prey and Predators are fucking... They are right up there, man. Right up there. Fighting for that second spot, for sure. Mr. L, thank you for the $5. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, thank you. Give us a Team America follow-up. Oh my God. That would be fucking hilarious. Dude... I quote that movie too much, like just going America, fuck yeah. I do that too many times. Like it's actually annoying. Honestly, it's gotten to the point where it's too much. Speaking of which, America, fuck yeah, yeah, love it. Haven't pulled that one out in a while. Matt Damon. I think he's saying "kiss me." Oh my God, dude, that movie's so goofy, so ridiculous. Those South Park guys, bunch of goofy dudes. Jason saying, gotta go, Jacob, too inebriated and want to jam out to Mike Shinoda's song In My Head. Nice. Great song, man. Jason, thanks for hanging out. I really appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Go have fun. Stay safe. Don't drive. Stay home and jam out to Mike Shinoda. Love it. Thanks for being here. Thank you. Thank you. Sarah Campbell is saying AVP is a guilty pleasure like Freddy versus Jason. Oh, absolutely. Without a doubt. I love every second of that goofy movie. Oh, so fun. The alien with like the netting on its head, dude. There's so many cool visuals in that movie. I don't know. The Antarctica setting I think is really cool too. It's a killer movie, man. Killer movie, despite how ridiculously campy the dialogue is. Oh my god, I love it. I love it though. Another one from my childhood where couldn't get enough of that. I love monsters and demons and all that, so I was just like, man, in love with that film the first time I saw it. Your favorite kill from Scream 6? Mine is probably Detective Bailey's death. A great choice. Oh my god. That's really tough. Like, Annika's death is the first one that comes to mind. I really liked that. It was really shocking when her face comes up off of that dumpster and it's all messed up. Like, that was just so good. I really, you know, the more I think about that movie, the more I loved the opening scene the best. Like, I love the opening scene. I really think that Tony Revolori's death, while it's not really shown to us on screen, it's more about the implications of him being a ghost-faced killer. And I love that whole sequence so much. I really, that's probably my favorite sequence from the movie. My favorite kill, though, maybe Annika's death, maybe Jack Champion's death. One of those two, for sure. Man, both of those kills are incredible, crazy, super good. Really love those. The Banshee. Oh yeah, Samara Weaving's kill was pretty epic too, man. She gave a great scream in that. Oh, she's awesome, man. Love her. AVP2 can walk the plank though. Could watch it blindfolded and the lighting would be the same. Yeah. I like a lot of that movie though. I just wish I could see it. You know, I bet it would be fucking awesome if I could see the film. But yeah. I don't know. A re-edit on that one, and I'm into it. Justin, what's up? What up? How's it going? What's up? My Megadeth listening friend. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. I think the first AVP is hated on too much. The first is a dumb but awesome crossover. Okay, this is killing the old ears. I'm not gonna vibe out to the music with you guys, but I'm still here. I'm still hanging out. Yeah, no, I agree. It's dumb, but it's fun. I love it. It's one that I cycle through every now and then. It's oddly a December movie for me. Like when Christmas time rolls around, I like to watch that movie a lot. I don't know why. I couldn't tell you why, but I like it. Oh, what were your thoughts on Let Me In? I like that movie. I liked that movie when I was young. I think it ends a little too abruptly. That's maybe my biggest criticism of it. But there's a lot going on in that film that I really like. Some of the CGI... Well, actually, no, I kind of remember the CGI holding up. I watched it recently. Yeah, no, actually, I think it holds up pretty well. I liked Let Me In. It was good. It's a good remake. I would love to see the original. I've heard of it. I've read about it. I have not actually watched it, though. But Let Me In's it's a killer movie, man. I had a fun time with it. I love what they do with the characters in that movie too. That's another thing that I loved about it. The mom character is just never shown to you for the boy, like never, and it's telling as to how involved in his life she really is. And I think that's really special storytelling right there. Really significant, really good way to do that. It's got some creepy moments too. The guy in the fucking back seat laying down there about to kill the guy. Ugh, it's messed up. Sarah, you know how I feel about your recommendations. I'm gonna watch it tonight. Let the Right One In. I believe it's a 70s flick, 70s vampire flick. Let the Right One In. Let the right one in. Oh wait, no. Okay, never mind. I'm fucking dumb. I thought this was like a 70s movie. Oh no. Okay, this is like from 2008. Hell yeah, dude. All right. Sick, man. I did not realize that. Okay. Interesting. Let the Right One In. It's a Swedish romantic horror film. Ooh. Probably has the same story, I imagine, as the remake, but hell yeah. I'm checking it out. I'm going to watch it as ASAP. I did not realize that was one of those movies where it was like just a remake of something that came out so quickly. I typically don't like when that happens, but hey, that movie does it well. We'll have to see the original. I'm curious what that one does. Cool. Thanks for the recommendation, y'all. Ooh, watch Joyride too. I really liked the first Joyride. That was incredible. Another recommendation that you guys gave me. That was killer, man. Oh my god, the first Joyride's fantastic if you've never seen that. Which version of Let Me In? I'm talking about the American one with like Chloe Grace Moretz. I can't remember who the kid is in it. Let Me In, right? It's called Let Me In. Yeah. Let Me In. Let Me In. 2010. Yeah, Chloe Grace Moretz. The kid's name is Cody Smith McPhee. Dylan Minnette? Dylan Minnette? What? Oh, man. Okay. Yeah, I think the kid in the movie is this other guy, though. But Dylan Minnette is in this movie. I do not remember that. Cool. Okay. I gotta watch both of these movies again tonight. Y'all are giving me a big old bout of homework here. Yes, I have watched Reanimator, Legion. Reanimator is fantastic. Killer flick, for sure. I just watched it recently, actually. Some of my buddies had never seen it before. I love it. It's like perfectly paced. It's like lightning fast. The opening scene is, in my opinion, maybe the best opening scene to a horror film ever. I don't know. Nothing gets me sucked in and sold on a movie more than that like less than 2 minute opening scene. It's so effective in that little time it took. I don't know. A killer movie. 10 out of 10. Renfield was fun, and I'm super pumped for Haunted Mansion and The Last Voyage of the Demeter. Demeter. I just can't stop saying it that way. I'm hyped for that one. It's going to be fun. Hollywood Guys throwing another $5 in there. I really appreciate you. Thank you. You should do a reaction video of our recommendations to you, like what you're doing now. I've been thinking about putting out videos where it's just live stream clips, because why not? It's sometimes there's funny moments that get lost in the later halves of the streams, and they don't usually see the light of day again. I'd love to preserve some of these funny moments. I've been thinking about having my buddy's on vacation right now, but when he comes back, I'm thinking about having him kind of work as an editor or something and do that with some of these streams. I think that would be a lot of fun, because I posted a live stream clip once and it did really well, and people liked it. People were like, "This is really funny. Oh my god!" And it was one of my favorite moments that has ever happened on a live stream before. And I would love to do more of that. I would love to do more reaction videos or do recommendation videos. I love doing that with shorts. I was doing that for a little while, like giving like weird horror movie recommendations about like just weird shit I had watched for the first time on a whim. And I was like, oh, wow, this was actually really good. I should recommend that. So I want to start doing more of that. I want to start branching into weirder territory. I might start doing like a daily short of like a movie I really like just try to find something where I'm like, this doesn't get talked about enough. More people should talk about this one. Maybe not daily. Daily's that's a big ask. 365 movies to recommend in a year. Holy shit. But maybe a couple times a week. I'll start doing that in short form. For your recommendations, for recommendations I have too. That'd be fun. That'd be a lot of fun. Hollywood Guy, thank you for the $5 though. I do appreciate it. Thank you. I have not seen Puss in Boots: The Last Wish yet. I hear it's phenomenal though. My brother has not stopped raving about it. Him and his friends really liked it. Gotta watch that one. I love the Shrek movies so much. I've seen every single one of them besides that one, so I gotta watch it. Have you watched The Beyond? I have. Really like The Beyond. From Beyond is also really good. The Beyond is really good. There's a lot of Beyond movies that are fantastic. Speaking of Jeffrey Combs from The Beyond. But The Beyond, oh yeah, that one's good too. A lot of good Beyond movies. Haunting You throwing another $10 in there. Thank you again. Thank you so much for the support. Saying, did you see the alternate end to Friday the 13th, the final chapter? It definitely should have stayed. If I could have a Friday the 13th movie made, I'd adapt from the novels Hate, Kill, Repeat and Church of the Divine Psychopath. Ooh, I don't know either of those, but that sounds fucking awesome. I do not know about the alternate ending to Friday the 13th final chapter. I have not watched those movies in a while. I bought the box set recently. to watch with some buddies. Matt has never seen all of the Friday the 13th movies. He's seen some of them. Like, I think he's seen, like, we watched part 6 together a long time ago. And I think he's familiar with like 1 and maybe like 2, but he had told me he's never seen like 4 or like 5, which is a really controversial one. And I'm like, oh, you gotta see all those movies. Oh, they're super controversial. Like every movie, I feel like everyone has a different take on them. Even though like sometimes it's the same thing, but sometimes they do something different. So I absolutely would. I'm hyped for this new series too. I want to see Jason in it. I really hope he's there. And I want a good new Friday the 13th movie too. I really do. But yes, I would love to. I do not know about this one in the Collector 2's end. You catch the. Wait, what? Oh yeah, no, I know about the Collector 2. Does that have to do with Friday the 13th? What are you talking about, my friend? I gotta know. In the Collector 2's end, you catch the origin of the Collector on the radio. Yes, I love that about the Collector 2. The Collector 2's ending is insane, man. Those two movies, that's a great duology, man. That was supposed to be a trilogy, but it didn't happen. Sometime soon, that'd be great. But Haunting You, hit me with that in the chat. Is that in the box set? Like, is that in the Friday the 13th box set? I'd love to know. I recently saw the alternate ending to Army of Darkness recently, and I like it even better than the ending we got. I watched both versions. I actually watched the other one today. Like I said, I'm doing a little special podcast for patrons talking about the Evil Dead franchise, for kind of serves as a recap of the whole franchise before you see Evil Dead Rise. That'll be out for patrons soon. I watched Army of Darkness, the theatrical cut, again today, and I genuinely like the director's cut better. The ending is so much darker and so much more interesting. I love it. Like, I have 10 out of 10. Love it. It's awesome. So I'm curious what the final chapter does differently. I bet that's going to be fun. Have you watched Dracula 2020? No, I have not. Netflix is pretty hit or miss. Sometimes, like, Netflix out of nowhere will have an original that's a banger, and you're like, what? This is way too good. The Perfection is a great example of that. If you've ever watched The Perfection on Netflix, killer movie. Blew my mind the first time I saw it. I couldn't believe how good it was. That was awesome. I think, once again, I swear by this movie, Texas Chainsaw. Netflix Texas Chainsaw is really good. Really like that one too. What's another really good Netflix? There's not too many of them. Like, a lot of them are misses, but sometimes, like I said, they got those bangers. Mike Flanagan has done a few Netflix originals that are good. Gerald's Game is fantastic. I haven't seen the one about the kid, like, that can't talk or whatever. He does another movie about, like, some kid. He's haunted. I haven't seen it. I've seen, like, the trailer for it 1,000 times, but I'll have to check it out. I will check out this one too, Dracula 2020. I recently watched The Last Shift because the remake of it came out, so I really liked The Last Shift. I thought that was awesome. So we'll check that. I want to check out the new one at some point too. But it looks really good. It looks like they've done the same story but better, and I'm into it because The Last Shift is a killer story. Really really terrifying visuals in that one. Kind of reminds me of Silent Hill a little bit. Dracula 2020 was from UK, licensed by Netflix. That's typically how it goes. It was a 3 1-hour episode series that has a great take on Dracula. Fuck yeah. Never even heard of this. Okay, Dracula in Let the Right One In. Feeling some vampires tonight. Gotta write all this stuff down because you guys, I learned the hard way that your guys' recommendations are fantastic. Let the Right One In. Oh, there we go. And Dracula. Fuck yeah, dude. I'll check that out for sure. I've had a lot of recommendations recently, and I wish I had more time to watch all this stuff. It would be great. Like I said, I'm getting a review done for tomorrow morning on The Pope's Exorcist. I don't think it's going to be good, but I guess I like Russell Crowe. I don't know. I mean, Gladiator is fantastic, but I don't know. We'll see. How do you feel about The Collector and his 2 movies? Did you hear about the third possible movie? One of the most underrated slashers. Fantastic. Both of them are fantastic. So good. The Collector and The Collection. Is that what it's called? The Collection? Yeah. Love them. Killer movies. In some ways it does Saw, but better. and you'll know what I mean if you see it, if you've seen those movies. Both of them are so good. And I don't know why the third movie, they just, like, the producers just abandoned the project. And I was reporting on it. I was so hyped. I was like, Collector 3, baby, let's go. Nope, just didn't happen. Never happened. And it's a shame because I would have loved to have seen it. It had Tom Atkins in it. They filmed some stuff with him too. It's all filmed. Like, there's stuff out there, but nothing. It's very sad. Very sad. Jake, I have a recommendation for a movie on Netflix. It's called Blood Red Sky. It's a vampire flick. I've absolutely heard of this before. I'm watching a lot of fucking vampire shit tonight, I guess. Blood Red Sky. Love it. Yes, Malum. Malum is the name of the movie, Sarah. I have yet to see it, but like I said, all the reviews are pretty much saying that it's the same story, but done a little better, maybe with better effects. And the only criticism I have about The Last Shift is the ending could have been done maybe a little better. I got what they were going for, but I think there was a better way to get from point A to point B. And I think Malum will probably smooth up some of the edges that are a little rough with the film. Tries to set up a lot with some, like, story elements that just don't work for me too. But overall, I think it's a really effective, fun, low-budget movie. Malum can wait till it hits streaming. Last Shift is better. Ooh, hot take! I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know, but I'm excited to see it. I'm really excited to see it because everything I've heard about Malum is that it's better. But okay, interesting. What's your opinion on the I Know What You Did Last Summer movies? I think part 1 is good, part 2 is underrated and amazing, part 3 is dog shit. I'm looking forward to the fourth one. I think 1 is fine. I think it's a little overhyped in my opinion. It's all right. It's got great characters, but the script itself I think is not fantastic. There's a lot of pandering in that movie, like, and some weird advertisement, like, in product placement in that movie. There's a sequence in the film where I can't remember who it is. It's been a long time. I've seen that movie twice in my whole life, and once when I was a child, once recently for a podcast. I don't know. I didn't love it either times though. Like, there's an entire sequence of the movie where girl comes home and she's like, she talks to her dad or something, and the killer's in her room or whatnot, and she goes downstairs and has a Diet Coke, and it's like, it's in your face. I mean, she cracks it open and everything, and she just kind of takes a sip of it, and she's like, okay, and sets it down right on the table, right in front of you, right in front of you to see, and then goes back upstairs and goes to sleep and gets killed or some shit. But there's a lot of that in that movie, a lot of pandering, a lot of, like, this wasn't important to the story at all. But I think the best part of the movie, in my opinion, is Sarah Michelle Gellar's chase scene. Like, that's fantastic. That is 10 out of 10. Kevin Williamson chase scene from start to finish. You can feel it. It's awesome. I don't love a lot of, I don't know. I love the cast. I don't love a lot of the characters. Sometimes they're a little too mean to each other, and it doesn't really it's not precedented very well. A lot of the characters are dicks in that movie too, which I think is what separates it from Scream, in my opinion. But and I don't know. There's some weird lines of dialogue. Like what? Okay, wait. What was there's one thing we were making fun of on the podcast we did, and I can't remember. It's like I can't remember what it is, but it's so ridiculous. Johnny Galecki says it later on in the film, and it's like, what? That was not an insult, bro. You just made yourself sound fucking crazy with that one. But I don't know. I think 2 is better in my opinion. I like 2 a little more. It's got some weird things going on, but it feels more like a Scream movie, which is why I think I like it more. And yeah, 3 is one of the worst films I've ever watched in my life. Just every decision was the wrong one, and I'll always know what you did last summer or whatever. But 2 is a lot of fun. I like 2. 2 is a fun one. Sarah, thank you so much for the 550. I appreciate you. I appreciate you a whole lot. Saying I saw the collection before the collector, so it was a different. I did too. Oh, no way. Sick. Yeah, same thing with me too. I saw the collection at maybe a younger age, maybe when that movie came out. And later on, I found out it was a sequel. I thought it was a one-off film. I didn't even know the first time I saw it. Saw the collector more into my adult life, and I fucking loved it. I'm like, that's one of the most tragic, upsetting movies I've ever seen. That was so good. I loved the collector. And then the collection is a great way to end that story. I almost like, there's a part of me that doesn't want a part 3, but at the same time, I love both of those storylines and that creepy fucking killer design, the gimp mask looking thing. Ooh, it's scary, man. I loved it. I love both of those movies so much. I think I like The Collector more, but The Collection is fantastic as well. But man, I love me a good tragic ending, I'll tell you what. For sure. So, Sarah, I agree. I really, that's so odd. Literally the same situation. Like, I saw The Collection when it came out. I remember seeing the opening scene when I was young and being super upset by it. It's like, oh my God, all those people just died. Like 2,000 people just died in the opening scene of this movie. This is insane. Loved it. Great movies for sure. Sarah, thank you again for the $550 Canadian dollars. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Cybotico, what's up? How's it going? Welcome to the stream, my dude. Welcome. Will I ever watch Renfield? I just put out a review. I put out a review on Thursday, my friend. Go check it out, Scream fan and Ready or Not fan, as I can see from your profile picture. Go check it out. It's a good one. Hell yeah. Yeah, the Blucka's putting some interesting facts about this. It comes from Marcus Dunstan and Patrick, I can't remember his last name. Patrick Melton. Marcus Dunstan, Patrick Melton, producers on some of the Saw films. I believe did they write one of the Saw films or direct or something? I can't remember. Maybe 4 and 5 or something like that. I can't remember. One of those movies. But this was a pitch they had for like a John Kramer story, which they ended up turning into The Collector and the Collection, which I think is cool. Well, the first one at least. So scrapped idea, they rewrote it as an original story. I love that. I love that about The Collector, and it feels very Saw in that first one, but it's also set up differently. Like, it's not like people getting captured and put in traps or anything like that. It's a guy who's trying to trap a certain person for a certain reason, which I don't want to say if you've never seen it. But I love that. I love that about The Collector. I think it's such an interesting film. It's a really tight script. It's got some upsetting moments in it that's really awesome. So I don't know. Some great stuff. Some great stuff in that movie. If you're feeling like, man, I wish there was more Saw films out there, well, guess what? There's technically 2 more that aren't considered Saw films, and I would say The Collector and The Collection are those 2. So. Don't know how you feel about Malignant. I did a review of this back when it came out. I really liked Malignant. I thought it was really good. But luckily my other personalities fill that void. How I would feel about having a twin like that. Oh my God. Good film though. Dude, Malignant's fantastic. Killer twist, killer action. I think it's awesome. I haven't rewatched it since I saw it twice. I always try to see a movie at least twice. I always try to, if I'm reviewing something or if I'm going to be talking about it for a while, I always try to see it at least twice, just so I get everything. You don't get everything on the first watch, at least in my opinion. You see things differently on a second watch. You're paying attention to different things at different times, so it's important. So I don't know. I really liked Malignant. I want to revisit it though at some point. That opening, another scene where the opening scene's amazing, and just sucks you in immediately. So. It definitely slows down a little bit in the middle, but it kept me interested throughout. Like I was never like bored, for sure. And Jake, here's a fun fact. Did you know in Scream 6 when Jason opens the fridge and sees Greg's head, what they did is that they did a Jeffrey Dahmer reference in the movie, and in 7 the killer will be true crime. It'll be true crime focused a little more. I mean, there was definitely a lot of that in Scream 6, but I feel like we could expand on that in the next film for sure. We definitely, there's a thematic setup there in Scream 6 for that to happen in the next one. So I feel you. I feel you there with the true crime element. That would be cool. All right, y'all. I've been streaming for 2 hours. Your boy's gonna go lay my weary head down. Not really. I wish I could. I got a whole long night of work on a Saturday night, baby. Hell yeah. It's the funnest way to spend Saturday night is working on YouTube videos that may not get views on a review for a review for a movie that not too many people care about, but I'm gonna review it anyways. Fuck it, why not? Please watch it. Please watch my review videos. I swear they're fun. I swear I put a lot of effort into them, so check them out. Thanks for hanging out with me on stream, though. I appreciate you guys so much. Thanks for hanging out talking horror with me. It's been a blast. We'll do this again at some point next week, maybe Monday, probably Monday. Let's be honest. Probably 7 o'clock on Monday. Check out the Lethal Collective stream as well at 5:30. That's going to be fun. And I can't wait to talk with you guys again at some point in the future. So peace out, everybody. Have a killer rest of your weekend. And as always, don't forget to kill it.